Who wants to do an intro?
No.
You should play the intro. Jackson hasn't heard it.
I haven't heard it yet.
The intro.
He was not here last week.
All right,
It's good.
guys.
Get ready for this.
Welcome to the Underdogs podcast. Strap yourselves in for 1 hour of unrivaled audio entertainment.
Oh my god, that got me in the mood for some podcasting.
What do you think, Jackson?
I'm very impressed, Zack. Is that layered like you're...
Yeah. It's all,
No, it was
all
just
me.
Zack.
It's like those acapella YouTubers.
Yeah.
That, oh man, me and Peter used to love one of them.
Yeah.
They do like Maroon 5 and that, and they're doing all the sounds like...
Yeah, and
they
it
go
slowly
like-
builds up.
Yeah.
It's like the Brady Bunch, and it's like
How?
they all appear on the squares.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, how the fuck is it like the Brady Bunch?
Should we do like Underdogs a cappella group for a video one time?
Why for a video? Why not right now? Give us a song, Pete.
Because we have not prepared in the slightest. That
and
is
that's
why.
the best kind.
What could possibly go wrong?
Hit us with a song.
What's the song everyone knows? Get Lucky. Everyone knows Get Lucky,
Okay.
right?
So what's everyone doing?
Give us a beat, Peter. You start.
Or should I do a beat or should I do
Yeah,
like
you do the beat. You do the beat.
Or should I do like a bass?
You go.
Dum 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 dum.
We're up all night.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as I saw we had left the singing to Jackson, I knew that
that's
was
on you
falling
guys.
apart.
Yeah, like I was gonna be better.
But I feel like if we did it in a video, we could actually prepare and it wouldn't be dreadful, right?
We've been thinking about doing that. We're talking about that today, doing Underdogs Start a Band.
Start a band.
As a video. Let us know if you want to see that. Also,
Yeah.
a cappella. We just have all these musical ideas. Underdogs Start a choir.
The Underdogs barbershop quartet will be pretty alpha.
Yeah, just any of those ideas though, where it's like we could be working on something at home in the meantime and giving like quick updates, like learning an instrument. Underdogs go vegetarian was the other suggestion that was thrown around.
That was your suggestion. I don't
Hard
like
pass.
that.
It was a good
Hard
suggestion.
pass.
I'm in.
Yeah, you're pretty much veg already,
Yeah,
eh?
at the moment, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome content idea for Jackson. Jackson does nothing differently.
That is funny, just all of us hating it and Jackson like, oh man.
Okay, I don't actually hate it, even though I kind of just made it sound like that. I've done a vegetarian-ish month with Maddie because she offered to cook all the meals and said the downside is they're vegetarian, and I was like, that's barely
That's
a
a
downside.
good- that's a good deal.
good deal.
That's pretty epic.
So yeah, got a bunch of home cooked meals. A lot of creativity with vegetarian meals, I find.
For sure.
Like my classic is like meat and 3 veg or meat in a curry, and then like with veggies you got to put in a bit more thought. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I
Potatoes.
think the hardest part about doing that for like a whole month or something is like going out or like, going to someone's house or something.
Going to
You
people's
have
houses
to like,
for sure.
they have to make plans for you. You have to be a pain in the ass to them if they're not prepared for it, especially if you've never been doing it before and you're new to it. They won't know.
Yeah, see, my mum and my sisters are all veggie, so I that's chilling for me. It's just more so the opposite, where it's like I go over and I'm the one person who's like, no meat, eh?
You just like whip a steak out of your backpack and slap it on the table.
Honestly, I used to like, my mum would make dinner and then I would just get like a roast chicken from Coles and sprinkle it in like my bowl. Like everyone would get their veggie curry and I'd be like, chicken. Just
not a
slowly
bad
putting
idea.
stuff in.
Everyone's like, oh, not killing any animals. We got our salad here. Jordan's ripping apart a whole chicken off the carcass and throwing it in his meal.
Yeah, like shortly after slaughtering it in the kitchen.
No, veggie stuff's pretty freaking good now. I think I had the best lunch of my life. Oh, that's a bit of it.
No. That's what you're sticking with.
Yeah.
Best of your life.
I was at my mum's house the other day. It was like a vegan chicken schnitzel. So obviously it's not chicken.
No, it was a vegan chicken. Chicken only ate grain and then you ate it.
But it was really freaking good. I think that the veggies have stepped up their game in the
They
recent
really have.
years. It's good.
What, by imitating meat?
Oh, I guess so.
Why not?
Yeah. I love honey chicken, but not chicken.
Honey.
That's called honey, Zack.
No, like, the Chinese food, honey chicken.
Yep.
Well, I think Americans have orange chicken.
No, they have honey chicken as well.
Well, anyway, that, but not chicken. That's delicious. Because
Honey
all
what?
it is honey and batter. It's like
Wait, what?
honey fake chicken.
What do they put the? Oh, right. The
Like
butter is
fake chicken, like
it's
soy
tofu
something.
or
Okay, okay.
something.
I don't want to fucking know what it is, but it's not chicken.
I thought they just like balled up some batter and then chucked it in the fryer or something.
I do feel way better after eating it because it's just like, I've just been eating the life of no life, the plant life.
Jordan eats meat and he's like absorbing the life
Another
force.
soul.
Sure, right.
On the topic of Jordan saying some questionable things on the podcast,
Here we go.
from next week going forward, can we add a permanent segment where Jordan asks me a question and it just makes me really angry?
I did have a question that I was thinking. that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
sweet.
bring up.
Because last time it was, no, it wasn't during the podcast. It was during a video. You asked why don't humans have beaks?
Yeah,
And then
that's
there
a
was a
good
bunch of
point.
comments held backing you up on that one. They were like, Jordan asked a great question here. And I was just reading them just like, oh, golly.
There's nothing wrong with that question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You always have these amazing questions, and I'd love to talk about them more in a level-headed and understanding way.
Well, I was thinking
goes.
like a couple of days ago, like why are pirates cool?
That's perfect.
No, that's actually pretty. I like that one. That's a good
know
one.
what I mean?
Poppt1's question of the week.
I bet they weren't seen as cool,
Oh, they were probably assholes.
and now they've made a comeback, like in the future.
Do you think like bank robbers are cool?
I think they get a good rap, don't they?
Yeah.
Bank robbers.
Who?
Like these days, you think criminals these days are cool?
Oh,
yeah,
but-
what's
but,
the deal with that?
Gangsters are like the same thing, right?
Exactly.
People are like, I'm a real gangster. Like, no, like,
And
you
they're like
shoot
a fucking
people? Like,
murderer.
bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we kind of do glorify criminals, but just pirates, I think, because they're so far in the past, it's not a real threat to you anymore. You're not like, oh yeah, my dad was stabbed by a pirate. You're just like, yo, Jack Sparrow.
You're like yo ho ho, more like it.
Pirates of the Caribbean probably had a lot to do with making them cool because those movies are cool.
That's a
and
good
by
point.
association, you forget about the fact that they're pillaging, plundering, and probably raping a bunch of people.
Yeah, they're dirty and stinky and like diseased and awful.
Didn't they literally die because they didn't have enough vitamins, like
Yeah, they got
vitamin
scurvy
C?
and died.
It's disgusting, but they
Yeah.
get the best rap ever.
Imagine
like, I
being-
wish I was
yeah.
a pirate. Like, no, you don't.
Who said that?
Kids.
I want to grow up to be a pirate.
But you know, you love dressing up as pirates. You're like, oh, I'm a pirate.
Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah, it's like glorified.
I think the slang definitely hooks you in at a young age.
Yeah, you're just like,
Arr.
R.
Yeah, that's,
me timbers. with
that's
a
about
bucket
it.
of gold.
But yeah, why do we promote that so much? Pirates. What about?
That sounded so serious for such a
all right,
stupid
all right.
question.
No,
It's a good question.
having intellectual discussion.
Why?
Jordan's questions of the
You
week.
acted like people are promoting pirates.
They
though.
are all the time. There's movies, there's series.
Well, people do the
People
same
pay
thing.
to see it.
I think anything that kids can play as, like, you know, like ninjas, probably not so cool because they like kill people, right? And like people do like toy soldiers and stuff. And it's just like, do you really want to be a soldier? Like, no. But if kids can do a bit of, you know, the old role play, like a role playing game.
Yeah,
They're
that's
playing
true.
Skyrim. They're playing Skyrim in their heads.
That's true.
I have to speak in words Jordan will understand.
Cops and robbers, though. Whoever wants to be on the cops team. Bloody losers. You want to be a
Yeah.
robber running away, you know? It's like tag. The person that's doing the tagging. That's the fucking shittest job. Right, guys? You guys remember back in
You
high
don't
school?
want to be it.
Did you guys used to play? I used to play cops and robbers at my cousin's, but it was like the cops. You have to grab the robbers and physically move them, and they had to touch you had to make them touch the
yeah.
clothesline.
You had to arrest him.
Yeah.
Oh.
It got serious.
Savage.
It was full on.
Well, that sounds fun. I think that question was actually not a stupid question. And you won't
As
hear that
all
from
my
me often. No,
questions.
never mind. All right.
What inspired it? Did you watch a pirate movie?
No, I don't know. It just came into my head. I can't remember the situation
That's
I
the
was
beauty.
in.
That's the beauty of these questions. They just come into Jordan's head and then he expresses them to the world and blesses us.
But no answers.
I told you, because like kids love that
You can
shit.
play. Yeah.
And it's been
Movies.
a long time ago.
Movies.
You got an answer. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's true.
Give you
That's
multiple
true.
answers.
All right, I'll accept this answer.
That's definitely a recurring segment.
Yeah, I love
Jordan.
that. I love that.
Write down any questions
Any
you have for this
questions?
world. You know?
And
All right.
Peter will try to answer them and probably be wrong. Anyway, how'd you guys go with the videos this week for the fellas who released a video or two?
Like making YouTube videos.
Yeah, how'd your YouTubing go? Because I feel that I have good weeks and bad weeks.
How was your week?
It was okay. Yeah, like the video ideas were not the best, but I did a stream where I recorded a video and that was cool. I think that my happiness to do with videos is often based on how much stuff I have in the pipeline at the time. I don't know if you feel this, but if I've got like something that's in the works, even if I've sent it to someone to edit it, I'm feeling good that whole day because I'm like, video's coming soon. I've done no
Yeah.
work that day. if I do no work on a different day and I don't have something in the pipeline, I'm like, oh, what a waste of a day, you know?
No, I agree with that. I've been in a pretty good situation lately where I've had things in the pipeline at all times, but then you have a falter, and it's like, oh shit, nothing's coming out, and then I'll go like 9 days without posting a video, and I'll be like, oh. But my ultimate pipeline, the playing Smash for 24 hours, I finished editing yesterday. Oh man, I can't wait to delete that terabyte of footage.
That is crazy.
That was another beast because I got the 24 hours of footage. I uploaded individual videos to my second channel, each of maybe like a 4-hour segment cut down. And then I took all those cut down bits and edited it into a 40-minute video of the entire 24 hours. So that's cutting... What's that? Like everything, 96% of the... no, probably like 97% of the content gets cut out. And then you're left with a real good video over on the Little Z channel. But yeah, now that I've finished that, it's quite good because now I can like work on a few new projects. And then I've just been like getting editors to do videos in the meantime. So that's been a long one.
I definitely know the feeling of me releasing like 6 videos a week when I've got like 4 like lined up and I see them all scheduled. I'm like, oh, this is good. Yeah. This is the life. But honestly, it's been really fun lately. Now that I've started streaming and I've kind of just been making my videos stream recordings, I feel like it's opened up a lot more opportunities of like, I did videos where it was like, oh, guys, come up with stupid challenges and I'll put it on a wheel. If I lose, I do that. All that kind of stuff has made, I don't know, it's brought a bit of freshness to the, what is it now, 4 years of, I played Elite Smash and this has happened.
Kill me.
I think an important distinction with the streaming is that it's not just stream highlights. Like, because I have a bit of a bad, like a bone to pick with a lot of the top player YouTubers, because they just stream and they have like separate editors. It's a lot of like stream highlights because that suits them because they're
just grinding.
Yeah, they're a really good player and their highlights are going to be good combos in that. But I personally don't like that content really at all, except like I think someone that does it really well is Ludwig. Like he'll stream, but he has the exact YouTube video that he wants to make and he starts it at this time and he does it and chat gets involved. Like they might vote on things and that makes it like the video idea work.
Yeah.
But it's not just taking highlights from a stream.
Definitely.
And I think you're doing it more the Ludwig way.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think and even now Peter with his latest one, we've all started sort of doing
it's a good strat. It's kind of like, it's just I would be recording it anyway. Why not do it live? And it's like makes it a lot more like enjoyable compared to the usual just let me have a conversation with nobody.
It motivates you to record more and you get the reward of the stream while you're doing it. Like you get to have interactions with people and get that reward in itself and you're more likely to do it. It's kind of logistically difficult to record in some places to get like the same quality because like in a what's it called? Not live video, you can take a pause, go out, record a different bit somewhere else, come back to it, so you can add more depth to it more easily.
Yeah.
Also,
you can still do that in these other ones, but it's just harder.
If you have a moment that's like really hype in the gameplay, but you're like, oh, thanks to Bump Muncher for the 6-month resub. Like it kind of, the subscriber thanks in that, while very important, I think can sometimes distract you from... if you were recording without the
difficult logistic thing as well is like, I don't know how they do it where it's like, how what's his name? Small Ant maybe? And he does those videos where it's like playing through all of Pokemon. Can you not do any damage and beat the game or something like that? Where it's like a long idea. So usually I would be recording and I'd kind of just be silent in like a lot of the downtime. And then you can talk and then it's easy for the editor to skip through all this downtime if you're doing like a long video idea. But if you're streaming, you're constantly talking. And so the editor's still got like so much to kind of go through.
Editors are fucking about to quit after Jordan starts streaming.
They hear this conversation, they're like, please stop doing these stream videos. Jordan's sending them 8-hour VODs.
But I wonder how those editors for those like videos where they've recorded like a 15-hour stream.
I think Small Ant edits his own stuff.
Oh, does he? And then he would kind of know and like know
honestly,
what to cut
I was
down.
going to send my 24-hour video to an editor, obviously at like a higher rate, but then because I realized I knew where the important things were for the story I wanted to tell, I decided to like do it myself. And I think there's a few streams where you can't really send it to an editor unless they really are in your head or you've explained very carefully.
What you can do is like while you're streaming, you can put down timestamps as you're going. You could put like a keybind to like save timestamps and then you write your own script and then put those timestamps as you go, then send it to the editor. But that's a process. Like,
That's cool though.
it is doable, but it is also a process.
Yeah.
And like, I edited my own Pokemon Legends Arceus video, which was that style of video, and I felt like I couldn't do it. I couldn't have sent it to an editor just with the way I'd recorded it, because it's just
Yeah,
hard like
I
that.
see,
So I
I
see what
see.
you mean. Like, I see why Small Ant would do that. And you also want to do it when the idea's fresh in your head. Like, because otherwise you're going to forget everything that happened and have to watch the whole thing
Yeah,
again.
for
So
sure.
I think he finishes his challenge and then goes straight to it or something, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, because he doesn't upload heaps, but every upload is like, it would have taken so long. Because it's like, if he's uploading once a week, but they're all like 2-day challenges, it's like
Yeah, miss me
pretty
with
intense.
So Jackson, how's your YouTube week going?
I spoke about what I was up to last time, and then I went on holidays, so I haven't done anything about that yet.
How's
No
the
more
holiday?
riding or anything?
Holiday
or?
was great. I went to Broome, which is up north. What about
All the way to the janitor.
Nice, Zack.
Tell
Well
the folks
done.
at home what broom is.
It's
Can we
like
install a
Stop.
laugh track on the soundboard
Oh,
for every
shit,
time
it
Zack
might have
says
one.
anything?
There's no
Not that
fucking
one.
way. Hold on. Oh,
No,
sorry guys.
This is...
where's got to find it?
Oh, there it is.
Broom, more like
No,
sweeping
you don't,
janitor.
the laugh doesn't start before your joke. You tell the joke and then the laugh track.
Is this still going?
They're still laughing.
Shut up.
We also, well, might as well go through it. We got some crickets. Maybe that was more appropriate.
That's
Is that
funny.
cricket or a
and I
bird?
was trying to get the.
Oh, that's like for when...
Oh, story
Oh,
time.
applause.
Okay, and we
Wait,
got
which one was the
applause.
Poppt1 one? That one was funny. No, this one.
Yeah.
That one's on quick select. I'm ready to use that
This one, yes, these are just the default effects. If you have any particular sound effects that you want to hear on the podcast, we're sort of having a think about that. Don't want to get too silly, too goofy, but there could be some real cracking gems.
We just said Kraken.
Yeah, I was going to say cracking
I
and
see.
fucking
Nice.
mixed them up.
Anyway, Broome.
Oh yeah, Broome was really nice. Just like a beach town, and stayed at my mum because she works up there. Stayed at her house and swam in the pool. Did nothing. It was
Was
really
it very
good.
hot?
It was incredibly hot and very humid.
Broome is like north, so it's closer to
Yeah.
the equator.
Yeah, that's right. It's got the same temperatures as like Bali and a lot of Asia.
Closer to
Yeah.
the sun.
Closer to the sun. That
sun's
is
north.
That is how the equator works.
It is on average.
Yeah, that's not what makes the place near the equator hotter.
Is it?
That's
No.
a real.
What's actually why?
It's because of like tilting of the Earth, the angles the sun rays come in.
Jordan, we'll wait till next week for your next Poppt1 question.
I don't know. I believe this.
It's dude, you're gonna pay me. All right,
All right.
real quick. The Earth changes its distance from the sun during its rotation a lot. Mm-hmm. That doesn't change how hot it is. The tilt of the Earth causes the season because of this angle thing, not because one's close.
Yeah. But because it's further.
I hate you.
The tilt's further.
I feel like
anyway,
you're kind of saying the same thing.
no,
Maybe.
we're not.
I think we're both right.
When you're not.
That's a real adult holiday from Jackson. The go away and do nothing, but then it's like
Oh,
a real good time.
That's my favorite.
I feel like you could never do that as a kid. You like go away
No,
and
you
then your
get
parents
bored.
would want to like stay at the hotel lounge around the pool, and I'm like, I want to go find the playground in Phuket.
I'm still like that, to be honest. I'm not for the chill holiday.
I'm kind of in between. I'm in the phase where I'm becoming an old person.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'm definitely on the like the doing stuff side. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Maddie's more of a relax person, and then like I'm sort of happy to do that. But then also, if we go somewhere, I'm sort of looking around at like stuff to do nearby.
It also depends on where you go for sure. Like if I was in,
Yeah.
I don't know, let's say Japan or America,
Oh,
I wouldn't
yeah.
just relax. I would want to see that. Depends on
Sorry,
like where you're off
Didn't mean
to.
to say that, but Broome's very nice for just like a hot beachy town.
Yeah, that's
You're not
pretty
meant
much
to-
all it is.
You're not meant to swim at the beach there, are you?
Aren't you?
Crocodile.
I definitely did.
Did you? Or is
Yeah,
that
you are.
Or is that somewhere else?
Darwin?
Darwin, maybe? I don't know. There's a bunch of crocodiles, so you're not meant to like
Oh,
really
there is
swim
crocodiles, but as long as you're not swimming near like the mangroves and all that, you're
I'm
generally
not
okay.
swimming near the crocodiles.
You swim away from the crocodile. It's like saying you shouldn't swim at the beach because there's sharks, I guess. It's
No,
like,
but it's like a real danger in some places, like some water
yeah,
holes
yeah.
and
I think
stuff.
Darwin, that is,
I
probably.
think what Peter might be talking about is the tides. Here's an interesting fact about Broome. They have like massive tidal changes.
Where's this going?
You said crocodiles. Did you mean tides?
No, just when Peter said like you can't swim there.
yeah.
You know the tide goes up and down by like 10 meters when
Whoa,
it's
the tides change.
It's literally
yeah,
insane.
and the beach is very flat. So sometimes you can get like 100, few hundred meters.
I reckon it went out. We went one night and the water was out at least 400 meters. I reckon.
Yeah,
it's
so
actually crazy.
What?
And then like
Jesus
apparently
Christ.
the water moves at walking walking pace when the tide's changing. So you, like the water is rising at walking pace along the beach.
That's crazy.
And
That's very cool.
There's a big attraction there called the Horizontal Falls, which is like horizontal waterfall. I don't know how else to put it, but it's like when the tides change, it goes through this little gap and then
It looks like a waterfall.
yeah, I don't
Kind
know
of.
how to explain it.
Yeah, I'm not really
It's
getting
like
a
the
good
tides
picture.
the tides between these two different lagoons are so different that it creates a waterfall between them just when the tides go up and
That's
down.
pretty
Oh,
epic. Like an ocean
I see.
waterfall.
But what you might be thinking of, Peter, is like if you swim and you're out held deep and then the tide starts coming in, like you might just get
So do the
left super
crocodiles.
far out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shut up, Jordan.
Sorry.
I saw this photo of these people who had parked a couple of vans that are like done up to stay in. They park them on the beach and then they like must go
Nah.
on like a walk for half an hour and then suddenly their van's literally half underwater.
God.
Irredeemably
Apparently they're
lost.
losing a car there like once a week. Just people like drive out on the beach because you're encouraged to like, well, encouraged, but you can drive out. It's quite nice if you've got the nice car and you drive out. But then obviously if the tide comes in really quick and you can get bogged and then that's it.
So many
Four
people
wheels.
get done by that. Like when I was in Shark Bay recently, I saw someone in the process, like while the tide was coming up, and their car was like bogged in this kind of like river inlet. And so many people do forward driving. These people were just stupid. Like because my dad's got a lot of experience, he was like, "What the hell were they trying to achieve here?" Like, and the tide is coming up, and it's over their exhaust pipe at this point. Like it already made it over the exhaust. And we went and tried to help them push it because they're just so stuck. And you have to keep the engine running because you keep pushing air out of the exhaust. Otherwise,
yeah.
it goes
It
up the
comes in.
exhaust into the engine, and then your car's just fucked. And so, like,
Yeah.
they're like, keep it running, and they're just trying to hope someone saves you in the middle of nowhere with
Did
your
they
like
get it out?
Yeah, what happened?
$80,000 car. We came back on the way back, and it was gone. They got it out somehow.
Oh,
I think
wow.
someone else came and towed them because like they must have got someone to come for them, but
Clutch.
they were already like over the wheel arches in water. I was like, oh, you guys are in trouble.
That's terrifying.
It's like the James Bond pop out the submarine. Fifth wheel drive.
That's exactly like James
Yeah,
Bond, actually.
yeah.
yeah, I've seen that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I like the part where Sean Connery helped me push the car out. That was awesome. I was asking for the YouTube stuff from before because I wanted to know what you guys' least favorite part of doing YouTube is. Because, you know, like YouTube is what the number one most aspired job for kids, right? Like in schools and stuff, they do like polls. I don't know if this is a real fact, but I've heard that. And like everyone wants to be a YouTuber. So what is the worst part that you think people wouldn't really
Oh,
get or wouldn't really appreciate the struggle of?
I probably spend at least a few hours each day deleting comments that are just talking about how much they find me attractive.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, for
hot.
sure.
Yeah, just
That
real,
sucks,
real
dude.
creeping on me. So.
Yeah.
That's the
That's-
worst part.
Yeah, when you put yourself in the spot like that, you know. You're gonna get
Especially when
some
you look
creep.
like you just get all those. It's going to come in.
I can't think of a. Come back to me because I'm struggling to think of a worst part.
I think there's like things that people don't think about is they just think you're playing games. They don't think about the editing or like coming up with an idea or things like
Yeah.
that.
We
That-
would
that
try
are
to
the-
not sound like we are
What, too
complaining.
entitled?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely
It's like
not.
I mean, the
one of
question
best
is,
jobs
what's
in
the
the
worst
world,
part?
so-
But
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, you know
disclaimer,
it's
we all
very good.
enjoy it.
Yes.
That's why we do it.
You know what I think it is? It is like the stress caused by YouTube's system. Like with the
10 out of 10.
Yeah, ranking videos from 1 to 10 in terms of like recent performances. So if you have a really shit video, it'll say like, ooh, 10th worst, like 10 out of 10, which is actually bad in this system. And it's like viewers aren't watching as much as usual. And it's like, yeah, I know that from the view number. Like,
And there's all these down arrows and like...
yeah. And
Yeah,
it's,
the
it's-
pressure to stay relevant in the algorithm is something that you always have to think about. It's pretty grim.
And also like the pressure to keep making videos and having good ideas and like,
Yeah, keeping it fresh.
yeah, I'm definitely more. I'm a very not stressed person, but I'm definitely like more stressed recently with like a few videos happening at once, and then I feel like I don't have time for anything. But then I'm always doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also not a very stressed person, but I've noticed in the last couple of years I've felt more stressed just in general. I think it does come with doing that. Because like when you have a job, like when I worked at the trampoline park, you go do it, you do your thing, you come home, and then you do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean?
You're not thinking up late at night being like, oh, how do I run this birthday party for kids at the trampoline park differently next time? What's my new idea?
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
the boss would want you to think that way, but I certainly didn't.
Gotta plan my next birthday cake different to say at the trampoline park.
Yeah, exactly. But with YouTube, you're kind of always thinking about it.
For me, I was never the biggest fan of editing, but now I have editors.
Problem solved.
Thanks, editors. But for me now, I think it's just I don't know, just random like things like making invoices or keeping track of money you spent for like tax purposes or just dumb stuff like
the
that.
business side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
That is annoying because when you have a regular job, they do that all for you within their like business departments.
Yeah, just like it's not a big deal, but then it's like, I don't know, I was lazy for a bit and then I just didn't do anything and I didn't keep track of stuff and I'm like, God, now I got to go back. Oh, what's this invoice? Or like, oh, sorry, I haven't paid you in 2 months. Sorry, man.
You start the sentence with thanks editors and then you end it with I didn't pay them for 2 months.
You must really like them.
Guys, I fixed the problem of editing and I fixed the problem of paying editors.
But that's, I feel like the worst thing is just like doing the little mundane things that obviously isn't like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to create content. I want to think of ideas. I want to share these moments. And then I'm sitting there like,
You know what?
The
keeping
shit of
track
being
of that stuff.
self-employed.
And it feels even worse because it feels like it's taking out of the time you could be doing the stuff you like. It's like, oh, if I spend the time doing these like invoices or like business shit, then
I'm wasting time.
yeah, it's like I'm not working on another chess video. What do you do? I don't know.
See, I'm not too stressed on the ideas compartment. Just keep it pumping, guys.
Yeah, my least favorite part is not having ideas that I think are, I guess, good enough.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like you wanna be happy with everything you put out, and like I do ask the audience for ideas in like Twitter and Discord and stuff, and a lot of people do put down ideas, but they don't understand the amount of work you'd have to put into that video, and then it's like at the end of the day, would it be worth it at all? Like a lot of people think they have a really good idea, but they haven't thought of the logistics of making it and then whether it would even be a good plan for the channel in the
Yeah.
Do you
first
have any
place.
examples of that?
I don't know. People like
All good if you don't.
a lot of people don't really like. They just throw an idea because it doesn't matter. They're just chucking shit at the wall. Why not? But they're like, play Little Mac with only killing with aerials, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. And
And
it
that's not a
would be
whole
bad
video.
content, and it would be a whole video. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of rude of me to assume everyone understands how YouTube works when they're just viewers.
There is a lot going into it. It's also weird to be deliberately creative if you don't have an idea. I'm sure you probably think this,
this is
with
sort of-
writing
yeah,
as
for
well.
sure. It's like you sit down, it's like, great, I'm going to write. And then it's like, what am I going to write?
It's a weird process to kind of somehow that be the work. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I have 3 hours to think of ideas and you sit down, you're like,
This is
hopefully something comes in.
life-changing advice for any creators. Write all your ideas down when you get them
At any moment.
at that exact time. Don't be like, oh, that's good. I'll remember that later because you fucking won't.
Yeah, I've learned
You
that.
will not.
I've learned that way too many times, and it took me way too long to get onto that. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I'll remember.
Like, it's so good to look back on an idea and be like, that's kind of shit, than having nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I have this video ideas Google Doc that I just dump all my stuff in. And it's got a bunch of them that, like, are not that great. So then, like, I'll pick, like, a good one and then leave the shit ones. So it's currently got, like, 10 shit ones. But
My video
man, I
ideas
wonder if I got any
document.
gems. I'm
It
gonna
looks
check
like
it.
the ramblings of a madman. It's the most insane things you've ever seen. Because, like you said, you got to throw shit at the wall. And sometimes I write something down. And I look back at it. Maybe I was like half asleep when I wrote it. I look back and I was like, what? What was I thinking?
What even was the idea?
Maybe I do understand the Twitter people a bit more. Now.
But you might as well have that than nothing.
I have
yeah.
a few stinkers.
Here's a couple ideas that may or may not happen.
Let's vote
We've
on
got-
the best one.
This is doubles therapy. It's a sketch where it's like couples
yeah.
therapy, but the couple is
Oh,
a
doubles
doubles
team.
team.
That's good.
I think it could be funny, but like never got around to writing it. Recreating an entire Smash match in real life? Question mark.
Smash Bros in real life.
Okay.
Well,
No, like-
great idea, Jordan.
Good title.
Like the whole match, and then yeah, I don't know how that would work, but Smash Bros Risk. That was actually an email from a fan that had invented a Smash Bros Risk board game. We should play it. Mario Party, but our parents play. That one will come. That sounds fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's about it. The rest of them are actually good, so I won't.
Oh, they weren't too bad.
They
They
sounded
weren't bad.
fine, yeah.
And then
I'll
I've also
take one.
got
Jordan.
Oh, so you're not doing them, eh?
Jordan's
Yeah,
got a quota
so-
to reach this week. Watch out, Zach.
But those are just some of the like very weird ones that like I haven't gotten around to making, but they're not bad ideas. It's just like
Yeah, it's always good though.
So-
Like I've got that as well. And then you sit down and you're trying to think of ideas for the week, and you're like, you go through it, and sometimes you get ideas off your other ideas, or
Yeah,
like
it's
just stuff like
I'm
that.
just picturing Jordan with a document, and it just is 10 rows of Iron Man online. All caps, Iron Man.
Iron Man. Today I'm actually trying with my good characters.
Wolf.
Iron Man. No. Today I'm trying with my good characters.
Today I'm going to play Wolf as my first character. Whoa!
That's the thing for me as well. A lot of the ideas are also just things to talk about. Because even if
Yeah.
I'm doing like a Iron Man video again, and it's like, okay, well, what funny story do I have to talk about? Because that's kind of more of the idea for the video than the actual gameplay or stuff
It's
like
more
that.
about you and like
Yeah.
your life, like reminiscent of like daily vlogs, but in gaming.
In gameplay.
But you'll just talk about it later instead of vlogging it as it
Yeah,
happens.
kind of like the old Phase videos. Have you guys ever watched those?
How about FaZe Spargo though?
Guess not. those
Sorry,
are my
I don't think we had seen
inspiration.
those videos.
Yeah,
but
FaZe Spargo. That's cool.
that's
Do you
pretty
know
hype.
that?
Nope.
Spargo got sponsored by FaZe.
That's good.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
That is cool.
Anyway, that's the Smash.
That was the
Bros
Smash segment.
competitive
It's
news.
over.
When
That's
someone
over.
munches Smash on the podcast.
Should we get into?
He was waiting.
I wanted to press that button for like 20 minutes.
Should we get into the actual real
Well,
segment of
I was
this
going to
podcast?
say, I've asked Twitter some questions. No, sorry. Twitter asked the questions to us, and one of them was, which is a nice little segue, is there a video you regretted making?
Just real quick,
Oh.
these were questions we asked people to say that were questions we would never have been asked before.
Have you been asked that before?
What's the question again?
Is there a video you regret making?
Little Z's musical masterpieces tin whistle edition.
Nah, I rate that. That holds up.
Excellent
comedically.
Easter challenge.
Excellent Easter challenge might be up
Was
there
that the
in terms of
Yoshi
regret.
one?
Yeah.
That
I
was
feel
a
like
classic.
that doesn't count though. Old videos, of course, you can regret making them. What about one in the last like 1 or 2 years? that you
Okay,
regret
that's a
making?
fair question. Because I was going to say Krabby, my happy pokey parody song. It goes hard, but it's pretty awful.
There's definitely some, but like my ones that you would maybe regret from like an objective standpoint are ones that I've spent a lot of money on that really underperformed. But those are also some of the videos that I'm most proud of. So of course I don't regret
You can
making
say
them.
no.
Like, what did that?
But- One of them is the guessing Pokemon evolutions. I spent a lot of money on like the set for that, but I am going to reuse that. But there was like building all of the podiums for that. I
You
bought
spent
a few
ages on that.
screens. Yeah, spent a lot of time as well as money, as well as then in editing with like the 3 different camera angles. But then I really like how that video turned out, so it's not really indicative.
I don't think I've got any that I regret. I don't know why I would regret making a video. It's made. It's like
Is
Feel
there
like
anything
it's-
you haven't been like proud of after, or maybe you said something that you regret or something in it?
maybe a few I'm not super proud. I don't know. My,
I think I'm
my
the same
video
with-
ideas
I stand
aren't
with
like
butt
that.
ass, frankly. You should regret that.
That wasn't even me. It was our editor.
You were the one that said chalk it up, another win. Nobody forced you to do that and held a gun to your head. That's on you, buddy.
Shit, we got quotes.
I
Gotcha.
apologize at least.
You're under duress from your stream chat.
But no, I would say no for me.
I don't really know. I feel like I probably have had some of the hotter takes in my videos, but I don't really regret making a video. I do regret like talking shit on stream sometimes when I'm salty, because I'm like that's kind of unnecessary. It's a bad vibe. So that's the only thing I do regret is like I'm sounding like a bit of a salty baby here, but playing 5 hours of Smash sometimes just ends up giving me pain.
Online Smash.
Yeah, 5
Oh,
hours
man.
online Smash in a row, and it's just like, and then like you say something you slightly regret, and then people hold on to that for the rest of their life, and you're like, golly. It was in the heat of the
Jackson, do
moment.
you have any
I was going to say
regrets?
probably Cog's food blogs. Not that I think it's like terrible or anything. It's just
I
like
love
kind
that
of
video.
not.
That was funny as. I
It's
thought
not
it was
on
really
like
funny.
brand with like what I was trying to do. I was just doing it for the sake of like I thought, I'll just be a YouTuber, and that was going to be easy to do. But I
that
don't
makes
really.
sense.
I mean, I didn't not enjoy it. I don't know. I guess if I had to regret one, it'd definitely be that.
Yeah.
Do people
okay.
know the backstory behind that?
Probably not.
Can I tell it?
Do I know the backstory? Go
Yeah,
on.
Jackson, you made that video and then you edited it yourself, or someone else?
I
did?
made it, and it was like 8 minutes long.
But yeah, it was 8 minutes
And I was
long.
like, "Ugh, this kind of is so bad. I was just going to delete it. And then I sent it to Zack, and he trimmed it right down.
I think it ended up being 2 minutes,
maybe even less. And then it was
Yeah,
like
and then
much better.
Well, I was just like, don't scrap this because like there's good moments in it, like, and then you just cut through and you find all the best moments. Like I'm a big believer in as long as you record for long enough, you can get an amazing video out of
Yeah.
anything. Like sometimes you only need to record for 20 minutes to get a great video. Sometimes you can record for 4 hours. You think it's fucking awful, but you can make a great 10-minute video out of it.
I mean, I'm sure if you're there for the entirety of a Mr. Beast recording, it's probably boring as fuck. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're on day 7 of Last to Leave the Circle.
And they're just sitting there holding onto the car, like, okay.
And then he pops in for the 10 minutes, like, we're here, day 6, and I'm giving it 10,000 to the next person that leaves. That's their excitement for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's like when dogs get their excitement for the day is you getting home. It's like Mr. Beast joins the video again. They're like, Mr. Beast,
Please give me $10,000. I remember I watched that Cog's food vlog video.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this got some good editing on it. And I was like, wow. And then Zack's like, yeah, I edited that one. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it had all like the he knew how to do the memes.
Like explosion meme.
Yeah,
and
explosion
stuff. And
meme, and there was some other memes.
it
The
is
more
like
you know.
snappy and stuff
good
and
cuts.
quick and all that stuff. And it is like
It's the classic
YouTube
YouTube video.
content,
That's what
yeah.
I was originally. That's what I thought I was going to do.
But
I
now
think-
you're more
I think-
so.
I was just not really like. Well, obviously I haven't posted, so if I was trying to be a YouTuber, I'm doing a terrible job. So.
What matters more in the editing of that one, I think, is the comedic timing, which you can. There's so much comedy you can add in editing.
Yeah.
I'm opposite to Jordan. I fucking love editing. I just like it's not time appropriate for me to edit all my videos myself. But then like there's certain moments where you'll like say something and there's a bit of an awkward pause, and instead of like including the part you say next, it just cuts to a different clip, and really jarring cuts like that can add so much
Yeah, for
humor.
sure.
And I think there's one in particular that I was like, this is way funnier than what got filmed. No offense. But
that's
just
the
cutting
way it
away
is.
is like really
Yeah.
funny sometimes.
every time I do a skit video, like jokes that you thought was super funny at the time aren't that funny, and jokes that you thought weren't funny at all turn out to be really funny, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like, how did this even happen? Like, I noticed that mostly with the Pokemon one I did with you, Zack, recently. There was some rippers in there that I thought were the weakest jokes in the whole thing, and you save it with delivery and editing, and you're like, wow.
What's the
nifty.
next question?
I was getting that up. Right.
Yeah, editing, very underrated part.
Oh, sorry, just on the topic of
Go on.
regretting videos, man. I started watching one of my videos the other day, and it was one where like the microphone stopped working, it defaulted to my webcam mic, and it just sounded like dog shit, and I was like, I should have scrapped this. I should have scrapped it, but I was like, it felt like a good recording at the time. But I opened the video because I was like looking for an example of something to give to an editor, and I instantly closed it because I was like, oh my ears, like it just pained me too much. I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Dude, Peter, do you remember when we recorded a 3-hour
Oh.
ranking every item in Smash
Oh
tier
yeah, what
list?
happened to that?
Same thing. It was either game sound was not there or microphone issues.
Grim.
And it was just like, it was such a big idea that I wanted to do right. And then I'll probably still make that. But
Those are kind of hard to go back to because you kind of you feel like you
Yeah.
might make the same jokes and
Lose
not
the
be
magic.
genuine.
I
Yeah.
have forgotten it completely though.
Oh, that
so
works.
that
Yeah.
was like 2 years ago.
But that was so long
Oh,
ago.
wow.
But I just like, I started editing it and I was just like, this is not what I wanted it to be. I'm not like, it's such a long recording. I don't want to make a 30-minute video that I'm not super proud of. So I just scrapped it, which
Feels
which
bad.
fucking hurt.
Right,
Anyway.
next question. Hold on. Oh, if you could have one infinite food or drink, what would it be?
Drink.
Drink
Water.
because, fun fact, guys, you can survive forever on human milk.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. It's the only food on planet Earth that you can survive on.
Is this
only
true?
that. This is true.
Oh
So it has
my
I saw,
everything
it,
you
I
need
saw
in
it
it.
in a TikTok video. You know how they
that
like,
means it must be true.
no, you
It
know
is
how
like one of those
it
TikTok-
scrolls across and it says like it's like going up and it's like, oh, the most famous people in the world or whatever. This one was how long you could survive on each food by itself.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
like cheese and it's like maybe a week.
Pizza's up there, right?
Pizza's
pretty
is like
balanced.
third, but come on, that's probably putting like veggies on your pizza and you got tomato, you got like that's cheating.
It is kind of like a meal on a dough.
You can put anything on pizza. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of cheating as a one food.
You're like, I have a fruit pizza today.
No.
Balanced meal. It's all
Human
disguised.
milk pizza. You live forever on that.
You make the
The
cheese out of
dough.
breast milk.
Or the cheese. Yes.
Couple interesting facts that came from that. Apples, I think you can last maybe like only 7 months on.
Only.
Wait,
Sweet
what is this?
potato.
Wait. Can we go back? How? So you don't drink anything? It's just you eat
you
the
can have
food.
water. You can have water.
Oh, but you still die.
Yeah, if you only eat
Whoa.
apples and drink water, it's like from vitamin deficiencies.
Yeah,
and,
scurvy.
like, yeah.
Bringing it back.
No, like protein and stuff. You just waste away.
True.
Anyway, apples were about 7 months. But sweet potato, solid 30 years. That was like
30
That was the
years?
highest like individual food that wasn't breast milk.
Is that assuming you don't just kill yourself after like a couple years of only eating sweet potatoes?
Man, I fucking love sweet potato. What are you on?
I'm talking to the wrong
30
person
years.
here.
Are you not a sweet potato fan?
I'd rather regular potato. They're okay.
Peter's more of a breast milk person.
Are we saying in real life?
Yes.
What?
So like we just get to choose right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was thinking water, but now I've changed my mind. Surely. Oh, I don't know.
Breast milk.
Wait.
think it has to be
Do
for
we have to
survival
choose a speci-
necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I would probably just rather some easy food.
Okay, let's assume that you don't die.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get one food that you can have as much of you want for the rest of your life.
Does
won't
it spawn?
Won't cost you anything.
It
It just
spawns?
spawns in front of you. That's the question.
Enchiladas.
Well, I get fat if I choose a drink.
It
You
depends.
don't have to have it all the time. You can
Yeah.
just have it a little bit. But
you
it's
just have
just
it
you can
in
always spawn it whenever you want. That's kind of broken. I don't know about this question. Seems a bit OP.
I think I'd go with Powerade. Get that whenever
Are
I
you
want.
kidding me?
That's a good one.
That shit is
Alright.
not expensive. You could probably
That's
already
also
do that.
terrible
not for
for
me.
you.
No, you need to get the electrolytes. One a day. Perfect.
You're going to die of a lack of electrolytes. Electrolytes are probably completely made
Just
up.
have some water, dude.
Has anyone proved that electrolytes do fucking anything?
Pretty sure they get
They have.
Powerade
Okay.
have got like the
Okay.
best branding ever. I'm pretty sure it's like the worst shit for you
It's not-
ever.
It depends if you're doing enough exercise to make it work.
That makes sense.
Like apparently you have to do 90 minutes of very strenuous exercise to quote unquote need a Powerade or for it to have any benefit.
Yeah,
Whereas like you could just drink water. So like if you're like a super elite athlete,
that makes sense.
then
yeah.
it's probably gonna like help you because you're gonna sweat so much. But if you're like the kind of person who like jogs on a treadmill for 20 minutes, be like, fuck,
Need a
this
Powerade,
one,
sugar.
and then just has all the sugar.
I have a Powerade in the morning when I'm hungover. My liver's done like 4 hours of strenuous exercise. Surely that counts. That's one of my main times that I'll have a Powerade.
Yeah, I think that they're probably better than a soft drink, and they're equally sugary. You can get no sugar Powerades.
What's your food though, Peter, for this question?
I'm not
Or
a
drink, or
big
drink.
food person, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I just have a bad sense of taste, but I just don't really give a shit. Probably some kind of drink. I'm a big fan of drinks. I don't really know what though.
Like an energy drink.
I
Save you
like-
some money.
I know one, Pete.
What? Oh, the old teat.
Human milk.
Maybe I like vanilla Coke a lot. Vanilla Coke's really tasty.
But you can buy that easily. Think
It's
of the
same as
effort.
You can
Powerade.
buy anything really.
No, but I can't make an enchilada very quick. I'm more thinking like
Oh,
I
you're
want it to
saving
spawn.
time.
Yeah,
Classic optimal.
yeah.
I'd probably get sick of a food. That's the thing. I get so sick of a food.
But you don't
I
have
don't.
to have it.
I'm going with carbonara pasta
That's on brand for you.
Good choice.
You do like carbonara faster.
or burritos.
What about you, Jackson?
I chose Powerade.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Terrible
not, I'm not
choice.
changing.
Okay, what's the next one?
Favorite dinosaur?
That I haven't been asked that before.
I love Velociraptors always.
Velociraptors.
They're
pretty chill.
classics.
Did you
yeah.
know the Velociraptor is actually quite small?
Yeah, and they're supposed to have feathers. I think they discovered.
Don't most dinosaurs? Yeah. It's kind of
yeah, they
interesting.
figured that out. How did they figure that out?
Very hard to figure that out, but you can. In very, very good fossils, you can see imprints in there where like a feather would
Amber.
have been.
I think that's maybe why as well.
I don't know. Maybe
Hey Google,
What is amber?
it's like
Tree
that.
sap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
hardened tree sap that like solidifies something in it.
So it's like
preserves
something
it.
that fossilizes things very
Exactly. In Jurassic Park, they get a dinosaur bit out of an amber or a mosquito bit or something, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh wow, the dinosaur DNA is still perfect. It's in the amber."
Yeah, it would definitely have deteriorated
Right.
over that time. Just
Not in
for the
Jurassic
record.
Park.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a memory of actually having a favorite dinosaur when I was a kid. It's the Peter, help me out here. The one with the club on its tail.
Oh, that-
Ankylosaurus.
That used to be my
Oh,
favorite.
that's a
Ankylosaurus.
classic.
Yeah, that's just fucking baller, isn't it?
It's pretty alpha.
That
I
is
think they
good.
call
Got
them Ankylosaurus now. I think we got the pronunciation wrong.
Ankylosaurus. They're classic,
Not
and they got
sure.
all the spikes on their back and
Yeah,
stuff.
They got like hard spiky shell. It's kind of like
It's like a
Bowser.
medieval turtle. Yeah.
It's oddly apt. Oddly apt.
You've nailed that.
And then just having a freaking mace on your tail, that sends a message.
It's pretty crazy.
That's
yeah.
alpha as fuck.
Do you guys used to like dinosaurs?
I
love.
used to.
Oh yeah, I love
So
dinosaurs,
you got a good
man.
answer coming up.
I
Peter's
wanna
going to
hear
hit us something we
Peter's.
never heard of.
I don't-
Or a T-Rex.
No. What is really cool is Archaeopteryx.
Oh,
which
the
is
bird.
The one that's like they say missing link. It's just a link, right? It's
Yeah.
not missing. They found it. It's
It's like the birdie dinosaur.
yeah, it's the one that like had a really, really beautifully preserved skeletons that gave people the first hint that dinosaurs descended into birds, which is pretty epic.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it looks like a bird and a dinosaur, and it's
Yeah.
from that era. And so like, most dinosaurs did go extinct with the, what's it called? Asteroid or whatever.
That's why we don't have beaks. We didn't come from dinosaurs, right?
Dinosaurs don't have beaks.
Yeah, dinosaurs didn't have beaks. They evolved to having beaks.
I guess it's still
Don't
a
be
mystery.
silly, Zack.
Still a mystery,
Silly.
Jordan, why we
But
don't
yeah.
have beaks.
Unanswered.
If you want to see a really epic picture of a fossil, look up the Archaeopteryx fossil, and it is very, very epic looking. So, and you don't get fossils that well preserved like ever, because almost all dinosaurs they've found, they only know of their existence from like a tiny couple pieces of bone. Like you
okay.
imagine, if you think of a dinosaur bone, you think of this whole skeleton in a museum, right?
Yeah.
Almost none of those bones have actually been found for almost all dinosaur species. It's mostly like one toe bone, and they're like, oh, must be a new species. It's like,
Wait,
but
so someone goes, there's a toe bone. Build the rest. What do you reckon? I'll
Yeah,
put whatever you want.
no, honestly.
Make it a bird for all I care, mate.
honestly, it's true. Like,
No way they do that.
You can compare it to all the other ones you've found and been like, this is it looks like this one that we have a full skeleton of, or most of a skeleton of. And then you can kind of deduce what it might have looked like. But the number of actual fossils that exist is insane. There's like millions and millions of years where there were barely any fossils of anything, because
Yeah.
it's so hard to happen. It's so rare to happen. Like they have these things like, there's like a 6 million year period where they found no cat fossils. And they had cats before and cats after. And there's 6 million years with no cats. And
Was
they're
that when
like,
the dinosaurs existed?
no,
They
it
ate
was
them all?
after that.
Oh, okay.
And it's just because the fossilization stuff that could have happened in that 6 million years basically never happens.
Weird.
It's whack. And so it's like, to have a fossil this preserved is very, very cool.
I love Peter talking about dinosaurs.
I love
Get
dinosaurs.
yourself a girl that looks at you like Peter looks at dinosaur fossils.
It's like you and lucid dreaming. It's the same level of passion.
Man, you have those passions. What would you guys, brief detour, what would you guys say? Is there one particular topic you're very passionate about and could just talk about?
Wait,
for a long
before we
time?
go on, have you seen that there's going to be a new... No, there's going to be like a David Attenborough like documentary, but it's on dinosaurs
Oh,
coming out.
fuck
That's
yeah.
going to be hype.
That's epic.
I just wanted to bring it
I
up.
didn't know that.
I guess you haven't, but it's like there's a little teaser trailer for it, and David Attenborough's like commentating like he usually would, but
Yeah.
it's all animated dinosaurs and like
Oh,
how they lived.
I'm so weird.
That's going to be big.
I love David Attenborough documentaries. Mine's a Stegosaurus. All right, Zach.
I was just going to say, what topic are you very passionate about that you could talk for like 10 minutes on without...
The smash count.
Yeah, all right.
If that's your topic, I hate to be your girlfriend.
Anything like what
Nothing
could you
else.
just rant about?
Oh no, other stuff as well.
Honestly, mine isn't lucid dreaming. It's now camera and filmmaking, mostly equipment. Because I watch those videos like so much.
You do know a lot. I was saying I was going to get a camera, and you were like, Sony A360 4040. I was like,
I made those up.
Can I?
Made those up to sound impressive.
to trick me.
All I know is Sony, but like I helped you two with your cameras. and,
Yeah,
like,
you did.
Nearly got offended. I would get offended if you didn't ask me for help. What the fuck have I been spending all my time watching this shit for?
Is yours dinosaurs?
No.
Oh, wow.
Definitely
just
not.
like animals.
It used to be
right?
like flipping stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I find that stuff's very, very interesting, and like there's like different like, I don't know, styles and disciplines, and like some
Yeah.
people just have like an almost indescribable style. You know, like skateboarders called like they were super steezy,
Yeah.
where it's like they've just done a trick that anyone can do, but they've done it in their own style
Yeah,
that can't
yeah.
really be described.
Yep.
You have the same thing with flipping, and some people are just sick, and it's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that in like hobbies and things when you can like talk about how everyone's using the same thing, but it's different.
Exactly.
Jordan, like Smash. So
Well, I
Smash
was going to
players
say
can look
that's
the
like
same.
that, but also I've been really loving UFC lately.
Okay.
The fighting, it's kind of like that where people. It's just very interesting the matchups you get between people. It's like, oh, this guy's been like a jiu-jitsu 4-time world champion, but he's going up against like a kickboxer, so he wants to keep it like this. This guy wants to get him to the ground, and there's like all those things. I think it's similar in finding it interesting and like.
I was just thinking the same thing, because like you can see their background and how it goes into what they're now
Yeah.
doing, and it gives them different strengths and weaknesses.
Because apparently before, like it's actually kind of been a recent thing apparently where people back in the day used to just be like, oh, karate's the best. Karate, you should know karate. That's better. Oh, no, we think this is the best. And it's only been like in the last 30, 40 years-ish where they've kind of been like, oh, if we just combine all the martial arts, it's way better. And so like in the beginning of the UFC, which is only like 20 years ago, it used to just be like, this guy just knows this guy kind of just knows this, and they would go at it. So,
That sounds really funny though.
yeah.
Good. Every
Is it
time
like matchups then?
Yeah, lots of different
So like
matchups.
judo beats karate, but karate loses to wrestling.
Scissors, paper, rock.
Wrestling is definitely, and like judo and sambo have definitely been a lot of the dominant styles, because
that's
it's
really
like
Do they have tier lists?
no, they do. Actually, no. I do remember seeing a martial arts tier list on YouTube.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's what I've been very interested in.
That's what you're
lately.
most passionate about at the moment.
At the moment, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like UFC.
Okay.
I don't like
Unpopular-
watching fighting either. But
That's
it's-
fair.
I can see the interest. I just don't like watching it.
Do you guys
Yeah.
watch many?
Wait, can I just
Oh,
can
go
I
on.
justify?
Go on.
I had a
Of
whole
course.
thing about how
Backing you up, brother.
I had a whole thing about how Maddie really likes UFC, and so we
Does she?
watched a few UFC highlights. I will say the highlights fucking great. Just watching someone get like a kick to the face, that like it's brutal. when
Wait,
you watch,
wait.
like top 20 takedowns.
Can we now guess why Zack? Because I thought Zack wasn't going to like it because of that. Why doesn't he like it? Considering that he loves when people get kicked in the
He
face.
probably just finds it boring because
Boring.
it goes for too
It
long.
is fucking boring.
It doesn't go for long at all. That's one of the best
It's
things
like-
about it.
No, it's like 10 minutes of two dudes wrestling each other, and then someone wins by default or timeout.
That's
or
why I
some
love
shit.
it. Sport goes for
Nah.
so long. Oh, let's just quick watch this match. 2.5 hours of footy.
Dude, try 5 days of cricket.
Yeah, fighting, it's
Strap
like
me in.
the longest it can ever be is 25 minutes. That's the longest it could possibly be
But
going
most of
for.
the time, I think it's quite boring.
Nah, you
And then
got to
with
look
the
at the
highlights-
neutral, Zach. You got to look at how they're
Oh,
figuring
this is
each other
bullshit.
out. It's
Let's
good.
skip to Jackson.
I'm on Zach's side with this one, but I also don't like the highlights either. So it's just an all-round disaster.
Peter just hates it.
Mine was going to be like probably electronic music or aquarium fish because
Yeah.
I can monologue about
You
both
should
of those for
combine
quite a
those.
while.
You could combine
I
those.
love
Electronic
aquarium fish.
Do you want to give us
I think
like
that's more of what we're looking for, the old fish, because it's like it's weird, right?
What is?
The-
It's like
the
a weird.
fish.
Yeah, fish are weird for sure.
Like
they
it's
all do
not
different
something that
weird
I feel
things.
like a lot of people listen to EDM or
it's
might
more
know a lot.
niche?
But then aquarium fish, very niche
Mm.
topic. Like, it's like my lucid dreaming, very niche thing to know a lot about.
Just
Yeah.
because I'm interested in electronic music, you got any bits? A very short bit for something you've
mine,
done
I'm
listen
more
recently?
interested in like the old school electronic music, like 1980s when it was like coming about.
I
and,
find
like,
it super interesting
how
too.
certain people invented certain synthesizers that like will change the way that they record music forever. Like when they invented, I don't know what it's called, layered recording,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
yeah.
changed the way that all music was recorded forever.
I also like that transition period between disco and electronic music.
for sure.
Because like they used to play inverted commas electronic music on real instruments, so it wasn't electronic music,
Yeah.
but it's in the style of today's electronic music. So if you heard that song now, you'd be like, "Wow, that's some EDM," and it's like, "Well, it's not. It's disco." Like
Do
you know,
like guitars going like
yeah, it's just
like-
things that like became that, and the chords that they use in today's music. I like really like that transitional era kind of stuff. They're groovy.
It's groovy.
It is.
groovy.
It's super groovy, dude. They hold up so well if you like electronic music.
What's the grooviest aquarium fish?
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite is the rummy nose tetra. Look it up. It's got a little red nose. I like
Tetra are
it.
the little ones, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, it gets probably about that big, which is about what, 2 inches.
Have you ever thought about a saltwater tank?
Oh, this too much for me.
Is it too hard?
Well, I think you need to know a lot about. Well, for starters, like doing a water change in a freshwater aquarium is easy because you just literally fill it up from a bucket and add a little bit of like dechlorinator. But you got to do salt water. It's got to be the right amount of salt. You have to have certain salt, and then you have to keep like live rock in there to keep things right. It's just a lot more involved.
Isn't most saltwater tanks right next to the ocean, and they just take water out of the ocean?
Oh, is
and
that
use
true?
that?
Oh,
I don't know
pretty
much
bold.
about
You know,
saltwater
the
tanks.
aquarium is at the boat harbour here.
Makes sense.
And if you think about like where you see saltwater tanks at like a fish and chip shop at Fremantle, that's harbour, another harbour.
Just pump it in.
They'd probably just yank it from
That
the
makes-
ocean, right?
What's the benefit of that? Can you get cooler fish or like
What,
crocodiles?
saltwater?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get. That's
Yeah,
why.
That's why everyone's got a crocodile.
No, but what is the
fucking
benefit?
James Bond movie villain with a crocodile tank behind his
I think-
office chair.
Yes, you can get different animals.
Yeah.
If you think
Yeah,
about
okay.
corals,
Oh,
starfishes,
that's pretty cool.
like tropical fish, coral reefs, that's all saltwater.
True. That's
So
cool.
I feel like you can get way more epic fish, but there are some cool freshwater fish too.
Yeah, I just find freshwater fish. Well, there's plenty of them, and you'll never know all about them.
Wait, so where's fresh water from? Waterfalls?
like rivers?
Rivers and lakes, Jordan.
Yeah, okay.
Where's fresh
But where does
water
the salt?
from?
No, where does the salt go?
The rivers
No,
flow
from the
to
cloud?
ocean.
Oh wait, hold on.
You get there.
Hang on. Can we work this out? Hang on.
Jordan, have you learned about the water cycle yet?
Yeah,
Have
so
you
it goes
been
up
year
in the
two?
cloud, but the salt doesn't come?
No.
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that. New fact.
God.
New fact.
God,
New fact just dropped.
If you drop a child off to school and
Wait.
they say, I saw Mr. Ridley today, leave.
So, are the oceans, if they kept not raining over the ocean, it would get more salty?
What?
Let's get that last question going, Jackson.
No,
We've got one
hang on,
more.
The rivers run back into the ocean.
No, but if they didn't, then it would get more salty.
This is
That's what a salt pan is. You know salt lakes?
Mm-hmm.
It's where no water runs into them, so the water
And they
just
get
evaporates off
saltier
they
and
get salty.
saltier.
Yeah,
See?
This is a closed loop.
Look, we just figured it out. Anyways,
Okay.
moving on.
All right, last
The
question.
last question is which two underdogs hang out the least one-on-one? And I wanted to know what everyone thought.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like, is it me and you that hang out the least?
No.
You know?
It would, like, these days or have over time?
I don't know. Well, let's just open up the discussion.
We hang out the least with each other.
Yeah.
I think it's Peter and Jordan.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Or it could be
Might be me and Jackson.
could be me and Peter.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
well, I mean, I
It's-
don't really see me.
It's not. I don't think it's me and anyone.
Nah, we got volleyball.
I kind of brought this group together.
It is your
I
Avengers.
lived with my Avengers. It's just because I've lived with Jackson.
Yeah.
I did way more tournament stuff with Jordan than Peter did. And then obviously me and Peter go back a long time. So it's not my Avengers, but the fact that
my
I've lived with
Avengers.
Jackson.
I'm okay
and
with this analogy
gone
as
to
long as I'm not
tournaments.
Hawkeye, so that's all good.
Yeah, Jordan's Hulk, obviously.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
makes sense.
four of us. I'm the Hulk. Wait, Jordan's Hulk. I'm the Hulk.
You're Samuel Jackson's
I get
character.
mad as fuck.
Wait, who assembles the Avengers? Isn't it Samuel
Nick
Jackson?
Fury.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, no, we need 4 of the Avengers.
I mean, you have to be Iron Man.
Mr.
'cause you do the Iron
Fantastic.
Man challenges all the time.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Jordan's
Oh, true.
Iron Man.
Who am I? Hawkeye.
Spider-Man.
Who are the other fucking guys? Thor. It's either you're Thor or Captain America, and Peter's the other.
Peter's
I want to
got
be
blonde hair.
Spider-Man, please.
No, he's not in the
His
Avengers.
name's Peter. Yes, he is.
I thought he was.
Definitely
We're talking
is.
about the original 4 gang.
Oh, God.
Isn't there 5?
There's 4.
I'll be Thor.
All right,
Thor.
So I'm
Jackson's Captain America.
Classic me.
And
You love
I'm
America, don't you?
Patriarch.
And I'm Hulk. Glad we got that sorted. Anyway, I think it's Peter and Jordan.
Wait, when do you two hang out?
Not much.
Never. I think I'm equal last with
No,
you
but
guys.
we've recorded a video.
Oh, we do
true.
record every so
Yeah.
often. It's me and Jackson.
We
Yeah.
need a spin-off story,
But
Peter.
to be fair, it's not. It's mostly because Jackson doesn't see many people.
Yeah, I don't really see any of you guys much,
Yeah.
outside of recording.
Yeah, you did come over for chess a couple of times.
That was once.
once.
Mm.
Oh, I swear twice.
Maybe twice.
Twice.
Had to get that run back.
Glad we got that sorted.
And that was it for the questions because you guys asked bad questions.
How many responses were there on the tweet?
There was about 87 when I looked.
And that's all we got.
Sounds like it's time for a bit of a rabbit update.
Yeah, we'll finish the podcast with a rabbit update.
Can you
Give
one
it to the
one we
man.
Do you want to say rabbit update again?
Well, the rabbit update. Oh, this is exciting. Can we get some cheers? Woo! Anyways, so someone came to get the rabbits. Someone came to get them up on the rabbits. We put them up on like Gumtree, like people buy them.
For free?
No, $200.
What?
Also for the cage and a bunch of food and a bunch of hay and a bunch of stuff and all that. So anyway, they came over. Holly, she didn't want to be around. She thought she might be a bit sad to see the rabbits go and it might be a bit awkward.
Fuck off. She wanted to
Did
get
she
rid
want-
of
She
them.
did want to get rid of them, but she also felt bad, I think, as well. Kind of two emotions
What
at
was
the
she
same
feeling bad
time.
about?
Like she would just because she did want rabbits, and she would have been a bit sad to see them go.
So then don't give them away.
Oh,
No, but she also didn't want them.
Okay. It was a bit of a confusing
It was,
emotion.
it was a bit two emotions at the same time.
Yeah, I've
kind
heard
of
women can experience more than
They're
one
good at
emotion at a time.
multitasking.
Emotions or are those?
shit.
People can be sad about one thing and happy about another. Like, oh, a bit too much work, but I did
believe
like
the term is
rabbits.
bittersweet.
Yeah,
Sure, continue.
a bit of a bittersweet situation for her. So that left me to
Having a sweet
sell,
situation.
to sell the rabbits, and
You've been stitched the fuck up with these rabbits.
so
There's no part of this story where Jordan's had his way. No offense to Holly, but Jordan's just been like feeding and going along with getting the rabbits and now selling them.
So these people came over to sell buy the rabbits, and so there's 2 rabbits, one Evie, one Coco, and so it was like they had the cage that they were also taking, so we went to put them in like a little animal carrier box, so they could move the cage in the box. So one rabbit came straight out into the box, but the second rabbit, Coco, was a bit scared of the entire situation, I think. And it was a bit awkward because I was trying to catch Coco and I couldn't do it, dude, for so long. And I'm like trying to grab her and she's like running from one side of the cage to the other for like a couple minutes. And I'm like, you're trying to sell them as like these cute rabbits that aren't afraid of anything.
Meanwhile, the Benny Hill theme's on in the background and Jordan's chasing a rabbit around.
Every time I got into a corner, I go, rabbits are quick as well. And the girl was standing there. She's like, don't worry, I don't judge. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to. God. Eventually, I grab it and it's freaking out, going crazy, kicking everywhere. I put it in the box and like shut it. I'm like, here's your rabbit.
And now give me the money.
Yeah, but
This one's well trained.
I swear they love a bit of a cuddle. They love hanging out. But yeah, and then she was like at the end, like, oh, I know what it's like to lose a pet, because we kind of told a bit of a porky.
You made up a story about getting rid of them.
Yeah, we said, oh, we're moving to a new rental and they're not allowing us to keep pets. So unfortunately, we need to get rid of these
This
rabbits.
is chasing the rabbit.
That's
We've had a good
bullshit.
time together. Come here, you bloody bitch.
Jordan's like the guy in fucking Get Out. He's like, yeah, we're just moving to a new place. Then he's like, don't take the rabbits. They won't cuddle you. Yeah, we're just
Well,
not
you know
allowed.
what? Like, if I just told the truth, like, getting rid of these rabbits, a bit sick of them, to be honest. They come over. Yeah, they're not really fans. They don't let you pet them or anything. It's like, no. It was like, unfortunately, we have to leave them. So
You're going to
So
see
you've
an ad
stitched
for the
someone else
same
up.
rabbits on Marketplace
Wait, so
in
are these-
about a month.
Are they extremely like? What's wrong with these rabbits? They're just boring. I thought.
yeah, they're kind of boring.
They're not cuddleable is the problem.
Oh,
which
I
is what
see.
most rabbits are kind of like,
Yeah,
apparently.
that's what you want the rabbit to do.
But and then she's like, "Oh, do you want me to send you guys pictures of the rabbits? I know what it's like to lose a pet. I can send you updates." And in my head, I'm just thinking, "Fuck no, just sell. I want to get rid of these things."
That's what you
this
said.
person
What'd
sounds
you-
so nice.
They
what'd
were
you
very
say?
nice.
So what'd you say?
Well, I said, "Oh no, that might make my girlfriend a bit too sad."
Yeah,
actually,
well done.
Bit of a
Good
of a,
answer.
Yeah, but I think the rabbits are going to be in a lot happier place now, because they were talking about having them like free roam and stuff, like out the back. They've just been in a cage with us. So.
Man.
Where's this level
The
of
rabbits are going to
acting?
be cuddling them every day. They got some good owners now. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sure. I'm sure they're going to have a much better time. But yeah, that's the finale to the rabbit story.
Oh,
I was gonna say, where's this level of acting and like the sponsorship skits and
Oh,
like the
dude.
stuff? Like you've made a web of lies and stuck to it. I can't make you deliver one line without cracking out
It
laughing.
was tough. It was tough, man. I didn't know what to say when they first came over, because I was like thinking of all these lies in my head. Like, okay. And then I'm just like standing there. I'm like, so these are the two rabbits, Evie and Coco. You can change the name if you want, obviously. I'm just standing there. And then she's just like, yeah, well, we'll take them. And I was like, okay. And I just started trying to get them.
Did they change the name?
I don't know. Probably. I would.
Where's the... Oh, got to get the updates, Jordan.
There's no update.
Whoa, we
I
could have-
should have got the updates for the content, but
Story over.
No, I'm
Rabbits-
It's over.
I'm
It's
quite
done.
glad the rabbits will not be brought up on the podcast.
If you're
Me
hearing
too.
this new owner and you just went to this fellow's house and took his rabbits, let us know in the comments.
How are they doing?
Post his address in the comments.
Dude, waking up is very chill at the moment. Just wake up, nothing to feed. Life's
You
good.
thinking of any new pets?
A dog, which is a bit more effort,
Are you
actually.
getting a dog?
Yeah, we actually are thinking of getting a dog. That would be a bit more
I think
cuddly, a bit more...
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
but
But
probably more work.
way more work.
Yes.
But I'm keen for that.
Okay.
I'm keen for
It's
that.
got some payoff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But not for a while. Not to like the end of the year or something.
Yeah.
Settle
yeah.
in.
We'll see how that goes. Hopefully that goes a bit better than a rabbit.
I can't believe this concludes our first reoccurring segment on the new channel. The
The rabbits.
is done.
It's over.
Start of
Wow.
a new segment with Poppt1's question of the week, though. I
Yeah.
do like that. Make sure you.
Oh, I've got to
have
think of a question, don't I?
it every
It'll
week.
come to you. You don't have to try and
That's
think of it. It'll
true.
come
I think
to
you had about 3 just today, just over the course.
I love it. We should do one last bit of housekeeping. We didn't mean to say this earlier, but just so if you are a follower of the Underdogs gaming channel, you see we did a sponsorship for Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Very epic. Thank you, Manscaped, for the sponsor. There was the avid podcast viewers, love you guys, did pick up that Zack said he didn't really like when he tried Manscaped a while ago.
I was on a podcast like.
It was the
episode
second
2.
podcast. Yeah, the
Oh
second one
my
ever.
God.
So we're
Wow.
addressing the smooth-shaven, bald
The smooth
elephant in the room.
So basically, I just wanted to say, like, I enjoyed using the product. Jackson, you gave it a go.
I
You
enjoyed
enjoyed
using
it.
the product.
And also, like, you know, we don't all have to. Zach doesn't speak for all of us. One of us doesn't speak for all of us. So any controversial thing I might say doesn't go for everyone.
To be fair, I haven't tried the Lawnmower 4.0, but I didn't rate the 3.0 on my tree trunk pubes. Apparently, it works great for everyone else. Couldn't cut
powerful.
mine.
Zach's cubes built different, is what I said.
Got some thick bush. Now, I will say from the start, I did like the other Manscaped products, the ball toner and ball deodorant. I've been using them since I got them for free, but I didn't want to talk about the Lawnmower 3.0. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
Still
people
got their
keen
ball
on
toner.
that. So I just want to say, like, you know, it is what it is. I really enjoyed their other products. They're not paying us to say this. It's not a good look for sponsors when, like, you know, something like that happens. But it's just his opinion on one thing.
Yeah.
And there were other people
on
on
one
the
item
Underdogs.
in one. Yeah,
And there's other people on the Underdogs. So
nose
like,
trimmer. All right, have you guys used a nose
I
trimmer?
haven't. I'm too scared to use
I
a
was
nose
scared
trimmer.
at first, but Holly forced me. She's like, "You gotta use this freaking
Do you have
nose."
a hairy nose?
No, well, not anymore.
wait.
Not with
Show me
Nah,
those
yeah, I haven't
nostrils.
used it in a while, but
Oh my! There's no hair for those not listening.
It's
Not
clean
one
shaven.
hair.
No, it's good though. It doesn't actually hurt. Go for it. You shove it in there and it goes and cuts it.
Damn.
That's,
Also,
it
I
did
do-
its job.
I rate it.
I do have a beard trimmer that I kind of may or may not
Yeah, I was about to ask, do you use that on your
use-
balls?
Double dip.
use on my
I like
dick
to
and
keep that
balls.
separate myself, which is why I was
Do
excited.
you just like do
about
one
this.
after the
But
other,
it's-
like alternating strokes?
It's such a good trimmer. I got it as a present.
You just can't say
Might,
no.
might be why I have very high standards, but it's a very good trimmer. So I just double use it. It's not like the blades are touching. Nothing really touches except for the guard.
Look, here's my hot take, right? If you've just had a shower, what does it matter?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, no, it
Like,
doesn't.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
If
it
you've just
matters.
had a shower and then you're like, people are like, I've got a towel for my balls and a towel for my head. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Did
Wait,
you
people
just
do that?
Apparently,
That's crazy.
I mean, it is just your own skin.
it's
like,
and you've just had a shower. Like, who gives?
if you're
a fuck?
doing it right, it should be clean. But I don't know. There's some people that.
oh
Yeah.
no, smegma in my eye.
End the podcast. End the podcast.
Thanks, guys.